Being fully in the know is hard currency in Brussels. That's why decision makers on all levels are in meetings almost every day. As Brexit is getting closer, the UK government has announced plans to pull its diplomats out of most EU meetings. London wants its representatives to spend their time on other issues, a short-sighted decision according to analysts.
If you miss out on certain meetings, you're not getting the full story. You're getting bits here and bits there, but you're missing those conversations over coffee, walking out of the room, in the corridor. And crucially, the UK will only be a member state until the 31st of October. And so it would be really interesting and probably wise for British diplomats to be in as many meetings as possible in the run-up to the exit.
But Boris Johnson thinks otherwise, actually doing the exact opposite of his predecessor, who had dispatched even more diplomats to Brussels. The reason? Making sure that London wouldn't miss a beat.
Theresa May's approach was thinking, well, if our diplomats are no longer part of those meetings once we've left, then we really need to beef up our presence in Brussels and in different member states, because it's going to be a lot harder to get that information about what's going on.
Johnson is clearly hedging his bets, hoping his one-vote majority will hold over the next 9 weeks. The EU is facing increasing pressure over a ban on ivory trade within its borders. Despite calls for a shutdown, a panel of the International Convention on Endangered Species decided to push back the decision to next year. Europe already has strict trading rules in place, but for NGOs, they're not working.
The EU measures at the moment are not entirely effective in our view, and there are some loopholes within them, particularly with regards to what's known as worked ivory, so ivory that's already been carved into items. And in theory, if that's an antique, it's allowed to be sold in the EU still, but there's no burden of proof on making sure that these items are antique. And it's those opportunities that criminals are taking advantage of to traffic illegal ivory around the world. So that's why it's so critical that everyone closes down both legal markets and those illegal markets that currently exist but need better enforcement.
A recent study showed up to 1/5 of ivory objects came from elephants killed after the global trade ban in 1990. According to conservation group WWF, as many as 60% of elephant deaths are down to poaching. NGOs want a total ban on ivory trade within EU member states, giving a chance for the elephant population to thrive.